We have with us Dr. Jayachandran Nair, Chief Executive Officer, GPC. Good morning, sir.
Hi, very good morning to you, Prashant.
Wanted to know, sir, from you, how are Indian chemical companies preparing for ICMSR regulation?
Yeah, thank you so much. That's a nice question because the Indian Chemical Safety Management Rules, the fifth draft is in place now. And with respect to that, the awareness amongst the Indian industries are less, but we are trying to educate the Indian mass with respect to what are the requirements basically that will go into the notification and the registration of the substances and what is that is required for the registration of the substances which are falling in Schedule 2 category. Saying this, the industries need to start analyzing their products and they need to understand the substance identity of the substances basically so that they are in time and well prepared before the regulation come into force. So to my understanding as of today, because of the awareness program we are rendering to majority of the Indian chemical industries, they have started initiating the what do you call the analysis of some of the products within in-house and maybe through various test laboratories. But there's a preparation happening already. Yeah.
Sir, wanted to know how are importers going to take care of ICMSR regulation, which India is planning very soon?
Yeah, basically the Indian Chemical Safety Management Rules, this is for the Indian manufacturers and the Indian exporters. I mean Indian importers, yeah. So when the import happens, basically it's like they need to take, the importer need to take care of the chemical substances that is being brought into the Indian territory. Now saying this, there may be overseas manufacturers who want to sell their products to India as well. So in that case, for overseas manufacturers to comply with the Indian regulation, they need to appoint an authorized Indian representative where GPC plays a very important role. And we can support them by acting as their authorized Indian representative, and we do all the compliances on their behalf, and the overseas manufacturers can then place their product into the Indian geography wherever they want to place their products. So that's the way only they can do the compliance for Indian rule. Yeah.
So how optimistic are you with respect to the timelines of Indian ICMSR regulation being enacted in the country?
That's still a very nice question on the timelines. The timelines have been freezed already. It has been mentioned that once the rule comes into force, there is a 1 year time period given for the industries to prepare themselves. It can be called a transition phase. And once that is over, there is a 6 months window for notification, and and it closes after that. So all the substances which comes in that will be called as the existing substances. Now coming to the point when it is going to be implemented. On a serious note, we have been discussing with various authorities to the best we can. There are good developments happening these days, and we are pretty sure that by at least 2022, things should be take a final shape, and it should come into force. But then these delays are also good for the industry because they get some additional time period to prepare themselves for meeting this ICMSR regulations. That's what my say is on the implementation part of the ICMSR and when it's going to come into force.
And how is GPC prepared for ICMSR regulation?
GPC, I mean, we are a 100 plus resources team now, and we have been in touch with the regulatory policymakers since 2010. And we have been the people who have been involved into drafting the policy at the initial stage, and now we see the fourth draft in circulations. And in terms of resources, in terms of supports, in terms of creating awareness, we are the lead in India for sure. And there are a lot of overseas suppliers and manufacturers who get in touch with GPC for that matter. And we ensure that they all get to know what is there, and other interest for us is to see that we raise the knowledge level of all the stakeholders who want to comply with the Indian Chemical Safety Management Rules. GPC is well geared up. Our team and our resources are supporting all the industries, and we are also taking forward some of the valid points of our stakeholders from the industry to the authorities to support them finally. Ultimately, this rule is going to help India and the Indian manufacturers and Indian importers, also the overseas suppliers to India.